Okay, hey everyone, we are live.
Good afternoon from Rome.
We are in Rome. I'm George.
And I'm Keisha.
And we are teachers here in Rome 1. There are 2 schools in Rome. How is everyone doing today? And please drop a message in the chat box. Let us know your name, where you are joining us from, where you are at the moment.
Where are you calling from? Like the radio.
This is not a radio show.
Hi, Dario.
Hi,
How
Dario
are you doing?
is the first person. Thank you.
And the only person.
Yeah. Where are you at the moment, Dario? Let us know, please. We hope you're all safe and at home, being very cautious of the situation. Naples. Hi, Maria. Welcome.
Maria from Naples. Hello.
How are you today, Keisha?
I'm okay. I'm a little bit hungry, actually, at the moment.
Why?
I'm just hungry. I think I'm
always
hungry at the moment. Claudio from Milan, hello, and
Hi.
Pierluigi from Milan. Obviously, I'm safe at home. Very
good.
Glad to hear it.
Good, excellent.
And how are you, George?
I'm okay. I'm feeling fired up today.
Gosh. Okay.
What does that mean? Feeling fired up. I'm like
no idea.
Ready
He's
to go,
energetic
and ready to go.
Good for you.
It's a bit late though. It's 4 p.m. already. It's a bit late to feel fired up.
Yeah, no, I'm tired already. I've almost finished my day.
I'm just starting. Okay, good. So today we'll be talking about school days. So school days usually finished. I'm assuming not many people are still in school.
We're not talking about at the moment. We're not in school anymore. Well, if you go to English school, yes, but we're talking about school in the past.
Yeah, when we were like growing up.
Yeah.
Also, university. Do you say that that's school?
No.
No. In America, it's school. So in America, they say, that university, they sometimes refer to it as school.
Oh, okay.
So in this example, you could say that we're going to talk about university days. It does fall under the same category. But today, we'll be talking about other types of school. So what types of school do you know before university? Tell us something about the Italian school system.
Yeah, tell us about the school system in Italy. You can write in the chat. Unfortunately, they ended 10 years ago, your school days. Mine ended, the same. My school days ended 10 years ago. I'm 28.
Ooh, 11 years ago.
11 years ago.
Yeah, it's so long. Okay, so let us know the system in Italy, and we will find out about the school system in the US.
Okay, shall I read?
Yeah.
Schools are generally divided into kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, and high school. In elementary school, pupils learn the basics of reading, writing, grammar, mathematics, and science, along with some music or art. They are graded on a letter scale, A+ being the best, to F being fail. D is the lowest passing grade. In middle school, pupils can begin taking a foreign language as an elective. Pupils can also choose a subject of personal interest from among choices like photography, woodshop, dance, or orchestra.
Cool.
So is it the same in Italy as the US school system, or is it different?
Do you have 4 types of school? Like here, kindergarten, elementary, middle, and then high school? Or do you have more or fewer schools? And how is the grading scale?
I think from what I know in Italy, everything's graded from like 1 to 10. And if you get a score like a 7, then that's supposed to be very good.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah, 7 is good.
That's all I know.
Yeah, I think they also have middle school, but then for high school, there are different types of high school, I think. So you can go to a science direction,
or
take a language direction, or an arts and humanities direction.
Is this like this is high school?
Yes.
Okay. In the UK, it's a little bit different.
Right.
We certainly have different names for things.
Okay.
And slightly different systems. So the first is obviously preschool.
You don't say kindergarten?
No. What do we say? We don't say preschool.
Nursery.
We have different names. We have either nursery, play school.
Play school?
Play school.
Really?
Yeah. When I was a child, it used to be called play school.
Okay,
it depends on the type of school.
Or
nursery
school.
is fine. Yeah.
Nursery. Okay.
Yeah. And then we have primary school, which is from age 4 until 11.
So you call it primary school, not elementary?
No, elementary is American.
Yeah.
In the UK, we call it primary school. And then you start secondary school. We don't call it high school. We call it secondary school. From age 11 until 16, so 5 years. And then you take some exams called GCSEs.
Right. And then after that, you go to sixth form.
Yeah, you go to something called sixth form.
Or college, right?
Or college, yeah. So we have nursery, then primary school. Then we have secondary school. And then we have sixth form. Or college,
right.
Or sometimes sixth form college, you can call it.
Right.
And that's 2 years where you specialize in maybe 3 or 4 subjects that you really like.
Study at university.
Yeah, that you want to study at university, and you take your A-level exams, and then you go to university. So it's very different.
Interesting.
Yeah. And where are you from, George? And do you have a different school system?
Yeah. So, let's read what Maria says first. She says, my cousin lives in London, and she told me that her daughter now at 16 has to choose between university and another year of school. So can you go directly to university at 16?
No, not usually. No.
Not usually.
You go to university at 18.
After college.
After college, yeah. So she'll need to. It might be that they're choosing something academic. So either doing another year or another 2 years of academic school, or you can choose to do something a bit more technical, like you can
industrial.
you can do like design or something a bit more artistic and go to a specialized college. But we always start university at 18, never before. Yeah, college.
Maybe it's
Maria.
College, Maria, yeah.
Yeah, it will be college or sixth form for usually 2 years after you finish school, and then you go to university. Yeah.
So going back to your question, so I'm from Cyprus. I grew up in Cyprus. It's a Greek-speaking island near Greece, but it's a separate country. It's Cipro in Italian. But I'm also Canadian. But the Canadian school system is very similar to the American one, but I'm not familiar with it 100%. In Cyprus, we have like 6 years of primary school after 2 years of kindergarten. And then you have middle school for 3 years, and then high school for another 3 years before you take your final exams. And in high school, you take a direction again. You choose arts, or you choose sciences, or you choose economics.
So it's similar to the Italian system a little bit.
Yeah, it's more similar to the Italian system for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's public schools. Good.
And how is your school? How are your school days graded? So in high school, what kind of exams do you have to take?
In high school, there are finals every year on your main subjects. So only the main subjects that you have chosen because you want to pursue a career in those fields. But in the final year, you take an exam so that you can enter university.
Right, okay.
And the average of all your scores in all your main subjects come down to one score that gets you into university,
right, okay.
or not.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's out of 20.
Right.
In Cyprus, which is interesting.
Maria
Hi,
says
Mirko.
she is concerned about credits now because without the last exam, she can't take credits for university. You mean, okay, because of the situation at the moment. Yeah. Hopefully the situation should get resolved. I think they should. I hope that they make some kind of exceptions during these times because it's a very unexpected situation. Hi,
Mirko is
Mirko.
our student.
Oh, Mirko. Hello.
Hi, Mirko. Okay, good. So, school days. Some questions to begin with. You can write your answers in the chat box as we go along through these. Okay.
Yeah, we want to know about you. So we want to know what kind of school you went to and your favorite subjects and everything.
Yeah, don't be shy to interact, and we will comment on your comments. So, what kind of school did you go to, Keisha?
Me?
Yeah.
Do you mean primary school, secondary school? Which one?
All of them.
Okay. I went to a Catholic primary school.
Wow, religious school then.
Yeah, it was a religious school and it was very small. There were, I think, under 100 students at my primary school.
Really?
So it was very small.
That's tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Catholic school, a very, very nice school. Yeah, and then my secondary school, I went to an all-girls private school.
All girls?
Yeah.
No boys allowed?
No boys. And it was very small as well. So, and it's funny because my primary school was called St. Joseph's Primary School. And my secondary school was called St. Mary's. Oh. So Joseph and Mary. Mary and Joseph.
Okay. It's a bit unfortunate if you ask me.
Why?
I don't know. It's a bit strange.
And I loved my secondary school. It was very small as well. I say 300 girls at the school. Okay. And then I went to a college, a sixth form college that was huge in comparison, and it was boys and girls. Right. So it was a bit of a shock going to sixth form college where there were, I think, 2,000 students.
Whoa.
So it was huge. Yeah, so it's a massive difference. And what about you?
I went to public schools throughout my life. So public, primary school, quite a big school, but we had maybe 2 classes in each level.
Right.
And then, middle school was even bigger. We had 6 classes in each level. Yeah. And then my high school was just mental, as you say, like 1,000 students in the school. Yeah. A lot. But that's where I made my best friends. I met the nicest people and I'm still in touch with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Maria is communicating. Thank you. She says in Italy, private schools are religious schools, basically. They're the same. Very good.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And you went to a religious private school for primary until 6 years old. Okay, cool.
Be careful with your preposition. Yeah. So I went to a religious school.
Yeah. Very good. Go to. So in the past, went to.
Like Mirko's example, he says, I went to a public school. So we need the article as well.
The article as well. Okay, good. Excellent. So what was your favorite subject, Keisha?
Ooh, guess.
I would say it was PE or art.
PE?
Yeah.
Really? Why do you think PE?
Because you dance, and in PE sometimes you do dance classes.
No, I didn't like PE. It was okay, but I didn't like it that much.
PE is physical education, by the way. So gym, sports, basically.
Art, yes, I really liked art, but it wasn't my favorite subject. My favorite subject was Italian. Because I studied lots of languages at school, and Italian was my favorite. Yeah. And what about you?
Now I have to say Italian too. I studied Italian, but only my final 2 years of high school.
Okay.
So in general, I would say my favorite subject was history.
Okay, cool.
Actually.
Oh, I hated history at school.
Really?
It wasn't my least favorite subject, but I absolutely hated history because I unless it was a very interesting piece of history and something very gruesome and disgusting, like I liked learning about the Black Plague and things like that.
What?
Because it's interesting, and like Henry VIII.
That's terrible.
And about him being a sex addict and all of that kind of stuff. But apart from that, I found it a bit boring, and I found it very difficult to remember facts.
So you liked spicy history.
Juicy history I liked, but not like normal history. That's very good that you liked history, though.
Well, my mom was a history teacher.
So she's a historian.
Yeah, so I think I was just really interested in it from a young age.
Yeah.
But my least favorite subject was probably religious education.
Okay. Why?
Just because I found it a bit brainwashing.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So brainwash is when other people kind of tell you what to believe, and they try to manipulate your thought process into something.
Yeah. My least favorite, I think, was physics or chemistry. I really struggled with physics and chemistry. I found it very, very difficult. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at some of the comments, guys. So, oops. Pierluigi says, I went to public schools. My favorite subjects were history and philosophy, and my least favorite was math. You can say math or maths. Also, mathematics is usually plural, but in US English, we also say math.
Correct.
Yeah. I was also good at volleyball and football, and not good at scientific matters in general. Join
like
the club.
Me.
Yeah. Good, Claudio?
My favorite subjects were letter. Do you mean literature? Maybe possibly literature.
Reading.
Yeah, Italian literature maybe. History, English, and French, but I did not like math. No, I didn't like maths either. I was good at maths, but I didn't like it. And somebody said hello.
Venanzio.
Venanzio.
From Pescara.
Hello. That's it. Okay, and Mirko. My favorite subjects were math and gym. In high school, business economy.
Okay, and Maria says my favorite was Italian literature.
Okay, cool. And
Excellent.
Maria, my least favorite was literature. Venanzio, I love history.
In general.
Now you love history also.
Probably.
I don't.
Good. And what else were you good at or not good at? Were you good at sports? Were you good at music, art?
What do you mean? What do you mean good at? Something that I.
So that you had ability to do.
Okay.
For example, if you like cooking and you make really delicious food, we say you're good at cooking.
Yes. At school, I was good at art. I was good at languages, and I was very good at listening to people. We had a team at school. At school, we had a team of people that used to be called listeners, and they were like psychologists, like counselors.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and we used to, if somebody, for example, was having problems and they wanted to talk about it, you could go to a listener and talk about your problems.
What qualified you to be a listener? Not you particularly, but somebody.
So they chose people for it, and then we had training.
You had training.
Yeah, in like counseling kind of thing.
Interesting. So psychology, counseling is similar.
That kind of thing. Yeah, I did that at secondary
Very
school.
Interesting.
So I was good at listening to people and being quite empathetic.
Good.
Not now.
No, I can verify that. I was good at music. I had a musical ear, and I used to play the piano. I used to play the violin. I used to sing.
Me too. I was good at music too.
And I also played the trombone.
Wow.
In orchestra. So I was very musical growing up. Good. Okay. Next. So to talk about the past, we mainly use the past simple, you guys.
Yeah.
But we can also use used to or would.
Okay.
An example I said was, I used to play the piano. I used to play the violin at school. So
is it something that you did regularly in the past?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a habit that I had in the past. So let's look at more examples.
So we can use used to in the past to talk about something that was true but isn't anymore. So I used to be shy. Now I'm more confident.
Okay. Is this an action?
No.
No, it's a state.
Yeah.
So we can use it for states as well. For example, I used to have hair, but now I don't. Okay.
Yeah. I used to have black hair when I was a teenager.
Right.
And now it's blonde. Well, I have roots because I don't have my hairdresser at the moment. But yeah, now I'm blonde.
Very good. Also, I used to like ice cream when I was little.
And now?
But now I don't like it very much.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, like, be, have for possessions, those are states, not actions. But we can use used to talk about past states as well.
Yeah.
But actions?
So we can also use used to talk about something which happened regularly in the past but doesn't anymore. So I used to skip classes with my friends and go to the mall. What's a mall?
A mall is a shopping center.
It's American.
A mall. Come on. No,
we don't say mall in the UK.
Really?
Nope. We say shopping center.
Okay. And what does skip classes mean?
I think that means when you decide not to go to your class because you have something better to do.
You leave the school.
Yeah, you leave the school, or maybe, or you might hide in the toilet or something.
God, did you ever skip classes?
Never. I was a very good student. I would never do something like that.
Yeah, I didn't used to skip classes either. No.
I can imagine.
So used to, and the negative, if we want to turn these two sentences in negative form,
we can say I didn't used to. Yeah.
I didn't used to be shy. I didn't used to skip classes. Yeah. Okay. And there's
I never used to, you could say, if you want to emphasize that you never did it. I never used to.
0 times.
Yeah.
And we also have would. So we can also use would to refer to past habits. Similar to the second example, I used to skip classes with my friends and go to the mall, or I would skip classes with my friends and go to the mall in the past. It's usually more nostalgic. Yeah, for example.
Sorry. I'm laughing. I don't know. We would stay after school and hang out for hours. So it's when you're thinking about the past in a nostalgic way.
Not sure what's happening.
We would stay after school and hang out for hours. It was like something that you're like reminiscing.
Yeah, you're remembering, and it's a very positive memory. Yeah. So you're a bit nostalgic about it. But
yeah,
can we use it with state verbs?
No, absolutely not.
So if I say I would be shy, like the first example, is that possible?
No, you can't say that, no.
No, so remember to only use would, in this case, to talk about past with action verbs.
Yeah. Not
stative verbs. And we will give you some examples of stative verbs now. So stative verbs, we have, as we said, like, be, love, hate.
Have for possessions.
Have for possessions.
Have a headache as well.
Very good. We can also say know, understand, seem.
I would say possessions or state, like have a headache.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Cool. So these are some stative verbs. You can use used to with these. I used to hate ice cream. I used to have a phone Now I don't. That's possible, but you can't use would in the same way. Yeah. And what follows used to and would?
The bare infinitive.
Always the infinitive without to. Yeah. Very good. Maria has an example. I used to attend dance lessons during the school, but I stopped at university. Yeah. Excellent. Very good example. So let's try to use these. Here we have some vocabulary, and the sentences are about the past. We have to complete the sentences with the correct vocabulary in red on the right.
So if you think you know the answers, guys, write them in the chat and see if they come out correct.
Shall we go through the vocabulary?
Yeah, let's go through the vocabulary first.
So pupils, students, basically the same.
Yeah, I would say we use pupils a bit more commonly in primary school. So they're like younger children.
Young kids. Okay, to skip school, we explained. To truant?
Yeah, to skip school, to skip a class. Yeah.
Exactly.
It can also be a noun. You can say to be a truant or to truant.
Yes, very good. But it's not very much used.
No.
I would say skip school is a much better option.
Yeah.
Okay, to be a troublemaker.
Oh, I'd say this is somebody that is not a good student.
Academically?
No, not necessarily.
Not academically.
You could be very intelligent, but you could also be a troublemaker.
Exactly.
Somebody that's naughty.
Yes.
Do you
badly behaved?
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, naughty, badly behaved. So. Causing maybe lots of problems in the class.
Yeah, making the teacher's life very difficult.
Yes. Yeah.
Maria, yeah, that's a very common thing. Many people feel strange about using would.
Yeah.
We will try to use it in this webinar so that you can
see some examples.
Yeah, and feel better about using it.
Yeah.
So, badly.
If you notice us using the would, you can write it in the chat so you can
practice.
Yeah.
Good. And to be a nerd?
A nerd is somebody that is
always
quite studious. Yeah, somebody that likes to study a lot. Usually like focusing on like one thing as well. They're very focused on one thing that they like. Yes. For example, like we can say a computer nerd, somebody that really, really likes computers and is good at computers.
I would say a synonym is probably a geek also. Nerd, geek, they are very similar. Okay. Good. A teacher's pet. I think we should leave this one because from the context, it will be clear. Yeah. Okay, so number 1. I was a big in school. I would get straight A's every semester. Straight A's means A's in
every subject.
All subjects.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what do you think? Please write the answer in the comments. Okay, no answers have come in. Let's reveal the answer. I was a big nerd in school. Yeah, I studied a lot. Number 2.
So I was so no one liked me except the teacher, of course. I thought other were just jealous, but I was probably very annoying. Yeah,
so
I was
no one liked me. Only the teacher liked me.
Yeah.
So that's an easy one.
Teacher's pet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually when you're a bit of a, we say in English, a kiss ass. So you like, in Italian, lecca culo. And it's when you kind of, you love the teacher and you want to impress the teacher all the time. Yeah.
Very good. And Luigi says the second one is, I thought other students or pupils. Very good.
Yeah, good.
We're just jealous, but I
Mhm.
was probably very annoying. What's the meaning of annoying?
It doesn't mean boring.
No, it's
It's
false
a
friend.
false friend. It means very irritating, like a mosquito, for example.
Yeah.
A mosquito is very annoying.
Like,
Yeah.
very annoying. Yeah. Good. Number 3.
Okay, I had a ton of friends, but I was a big and used to really torture my parents, teachers, and even friends.
To torture?
Used to torture, not literally.
No. Basically, yeah, be very annoying again.
Yeah.
Mirko, we miss you too. So to torture, yeah, I used to torture my parents, teachers, and even friends because I was a big,
I'd say troublemaker.
yeah,
Yeah, I was a big troublemaker.
very good.
Cool.
I was not well behaved.
No. I was mostly except for occasionally to go surfing. So most of the time I was.
We have 2 options here. We have truant or skip school and well behaved. What do you think is the first gap of number 4?
I think we need an adjective.
Exactly. Okay, let's allow a bit of time maybe. Good, Mirko, the answer for number 3 is correct. Very good. And number 4. Number 4, the first one is well behaved, except for occasionally. And here, what form do we need? After preposition for. Very good, Maria. Think about the form of the verb. I was mostly well behaved, except for occasionally
skipping school.
to go
Except
surfing.
for plus ing.
Exactly. Very good.
Yeah, good. Skipping school.
Very good. Okay, excellent. So let's talk about break time.
Break time.
Break time, when you stop
When you stop
working or stop having lessons at school.
Yeah. What time was break time usually?
For us, we had 3 breaks.
3?
Yeah.
Really?
Throughout the day.
We only had 1. Well, we had lunch break.
Oh no, we finished before lunch.
You finished at lunch and you had 3 breaks.
We finished at 1:30, which is lunchtime.
We used to do from 8:30 until 3 p.m. and we had 2 breaks.
We did 7:30
that's
to 1:30.
That's early.
Yeah, so we used to have 3 breaks throughout the day, but they were small breaks. So we had like 15 minutes per break.
Well, I think we had like an hour for lunch and then 1 15-minute break in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
And what did you used to do during your break?
During break time, during break time, I would pretend to be a Spice Girl.
Really?
Do you know the Spice Girls, the band? You know.
I'm sure they know.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you I was a good singer.
I can see that. Yeah.
Me and my friends, we used to pretend to be in the Spice Girls.
And which one would you
Scary
pretend to be?
Spice.
You were Scary Spice,
Yeah.
So the crazy curly hair one.
Yeah, and we would sing, and we would also. I used to do cartwheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you good at like gymnastics and stuff
I used
like
to practice my cartwheels. I used to practice my handstands because we had a field. Yeah, and yeah.
A field is like a big open space
of grass. Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes we used to go and see some donkeys because there were some donkeys near my school. And one time the donkey escaped into the school and started running around the field, and chased our headmaster around the field. And we were all inside laughing out the window.
Oh no, that's hilarious though. Okay, so a donkey is an animal that goes hee-aw, hee-aw. Yeah. And headmaster is the principal, so the main teacher, the head of the school.
The director, of the school.
Exactly. And you said chase. To chase is when you run after someone and try to catch them.
Yeah, like the police chasing
a robber,
a thief.
Yes, exactly. So the donkey chased your headmaster. That's crazy.
Around the field, and we were all laughing from the classroom.
Of course, it's hilarious. Okay, good.
And you, what did you do during your break time?
We would usually go to the field, as you said, the main field, and we would have our packed lunch, like something like a sandwich or something. We would play cards usually, and we would talk about teachers a lot. Like we would gossip so much about all the teachers. We loved that.
Did you play football?
No. I never used to like football.
Did other students play football? Because we had lots of boys that played football,
Yeah.
and I used to be really scared of the ball.
Really?
Because I got hit in the face so many times by this ball in primary school.
I used to play football when I was in primary school, but then once somebody shot the ball on my chest, kicked the ball on my chest, and I fell over. And ever since that, I was traumatized by that, so I never played again. So we used to do like, quieter activities.
Okay. With the girls.
Also, I had many female friends
at
school. Yeah. And I still do. Okay, good. So let's read some of your answers. Maria says we have 15 minutes of break during the morning. Okay, so one break. I used to have the second breakfast of the day.
Yeah, second ND. Second.
Very good.
I used to have the second breakfast of the day. Oh, second breakfast is always good. I love a second breakfast.
I bet your second breakfast is different from an Italian.
Yeah.
A second breakfast.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe she's talking about a cornetto or something like that, and you're talking about eggs and bacon or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's move on. Very good. So here we have some more vocabulary. Phrasal verbs. So a verb and a preposition together makes a new verb, different meaning. Before we move on to that, Mirko says, during break time, I used to play volleyball without preposition, but just our class because we had the room near the gym. Okay. That's very fortunate.
Yeah.
Good. So you used to play volleyball, without preposition at. Very good. Okay, here we have 6 phrasal verbs. Drop out, play around, move up, swat up on, tell on, and fit in.
Yeah, and then we have definitions on the right. So to feel like you belong somewhere, to advance to the next level, to have fun and not take things seriously, to report something to an authority figure, to study one topic intensively, and to leave education early. So if you think you know the answers, write them in the chat.
So drop out.
What does drop out mean?
For example, my cousin dropped out of school at 15.
Oh, really?
And
Why?
Decided to become a mechanic because his father was a mechanic, so he just continued the family business.
Yeah. Also, my brother dropped out of college because he started and he just didn't complete it. So He dropped out
You
of
gave the answer there. Okay, good.
No, I didn't.
So Lee, very good, Mirko, you got it. Okay, to play around. Did you used to play around like school? Like
Not in class.
right.
In at break time, yes. I used to play around, especially in primary school and at the beginning of secondary school. In primary school I used to flirt with the boys. And
In primary school?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I went to an all-girls school, so
yeah, but
I didn't flirt with the girls.
Yeah, but at college.
At college, yeah, but I was too old to play around. Like, I guess, yeah, play around. I used to play around a little bit at college.
Okay, we got it right. Luigi, well done.
To have fun. Yeah.
Okay, to move up. Next one. Did you ever not move up?
No. It doesn't exist in the UK. I think in Italy, you can if you fail 1 year, you stay and you don't move up, and you can you can stay in school for like years.
Yeah.
In England, it doesn't exist. Like, if you don't pass your exams, like, you will get kicked out of school, basically. But the majority of people pass, and even if you do badly, you can't. You just move up anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
No, in Cyprus, it's like in Italy. Like, you can repeat a year.
No, you can't repeat a year in England. Of college, I think it's possible, but school, no, never.
Okay. Good. So to move up a class, to advance to the next level. Yeah. Okay. The next one, to SWAT up on. Very good, Mirko. You got it. To SWAT up on.
To SWAT up on. Well, a SWAT is usually, as a noun, is usually somebody that's a bit of a nerd and studies very, very hard.
Right. So that's another word. We said nerd, geek, and now SWAT. I think it's very British. I have never used this before.
It's not very commonly used, but it exists. So to study one topic intensively, I would say.
Yeah, very good. Did you ever used to SWAT up on subjects before an exam, maybe, or before a test?
Yeah, before an exam, absolutely. Especially if it was a subject that I didn't understand, like a complicated subject like chemistry, physics, biology. I would SWAT up on that the day before, because
it's the only way to do well in the exam. Good, Mirko, exactly. To study, be careful, not just to study in general, but to study very intensively for many hours, single-mindedly, focused on one topic. Okay, to tell on someone.
Yeah, to tell on someone.
Always. For example, when I was 10 years old, I broke my mom's vase, and my sister told on me. Okay. So tell on someone.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, in school, if somebody did something bad, they would say, I'm telling miss, I'm telling the teacher.
Yeah. To report. Very good, Luigi. And the last one, to fit in. To belong.
Yeah, to belong somewhere, maybe in a group of friends, in a particular friendship group, friendship circle.
Exactly. Yeah. Did you fit in at school?
Of course. I was popular at school.
Really?
No, I think
I didn't.
I fit in, but I fit in with lots of different types of groups. Like, I didn't have one particular group that I stuck with. I was friends with everyone. What about you? Did you feel like you fit in school?
No, I was very different because I didn't like football. I didn't have a very good relationship with many of the boys at school. So I didn't really fit in general. But I had friends of my own. But I wasn't very confident because of not fitting in, really, in general.
Okay.
Good. Okay, guys. Now let's try very quickly to fill the gaps. So, number 1, I couldn't.
I couldn't to the next grade because I failed all my subjects. I had to repeat the 4th grade. I would say I couldn't move up to the next grade because...
Very good.
Yeah. Andy used to everybody and get them into trouble with the teacher. So we've just done this one.
Yeah, let's wait maybe a little bit.
The last bit. Oh.
Very good, Mirko. Move up. And the second one? Andy used to get them into trouble. Not fit in, Pierluigi. He used to report them to the teacher, basically.
Yeah, to make them get into trouble.
Yeah, to be told off by the teacher. So we would say he used to tell on everybody. Yeah.
Did you have a friend at school that used to do that?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And everybody hated her.
Yeah, I used to do it too, especially in primary, especially in primary school. Not all the time, but sometimes I would tell on my friends. If my friends annoyed me, I would be like, "I'm telling you."
No, I usually didn't tell on people because I wasn't very popular. So if I did that, I would be even less popular, you know?
Okay.
Okay, number 3.
I had a hard time and couldn't make friends easily. And we need an ing form of the verb here, I think.
Yes. So I had a difficult time being in a group, making friends and feeling included. What do you guys think?
I think it's probably fit in.
But the form?
Yeah, fitting in. I had a hard time fitting in and couldn't make friends easily.
Very good. And how do we spell fitting in?
Fitting.
Exactly. We need double T for the ing form here. Okay, number 4. Many of my friends of school, I was one of the few who made it.
To make it is to arrive at the end, basically.
To be successful.
Yeah, to be successful and, in this case, arriving at the end of high school.
Yeah.
So we would need something that maybe means like to leave.
Very good, Claudio.
Claudio, yeah. Many of my friends dropped out.
Very good. Number 5, my friends and I would, during gym class, we used to play pranks on our teacher and make everyone laugh. Okay, to laugh. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. So to play pranks, a prank is like a practical joke. For example, if you want to sit and I pull your chair and you fall, that's a prank.
Yeah.
It's a practical joke. Yeah.
Very
good, Claudio.
We would play around during gym class, and in this case, we've used would, so it's kind of like nostalgic.
Yeah.
Did you used to play around in school during gym class?
Yeah.
Always in PE,
yeah.
we used to mess around.
Yeah.
Also, we used to also in lessons we used to hum in secondary school. Hum is where you go. And the teacher wouldn't know who it was, obviously, because you'd be like completely serious and go, and then the teacher would get so angry. They'd be like, "Who is humming?"
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys were troublemakers. Okay, and the last one. I loved history so much I used to for fun. We only have one option left.
I used to study it intensely.
Exactly.
So I used to swat up on it for fun.
Good. Okay, guys, so this brings us to the end of this webinar. Just remember to talk about past habits And sometimes states, you can use used to and would plus the bare infinitive. Yeah, similar to all the examples we said today. We hope you enjoyed the webinar, and keep safe. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.